Yo, what up, it's your man, Pleasure P. Y'all checking out my brother, David Duane.
It's good that we finally got this chat. I mean, we've been seeing each other the last couple months on and off since you've been popping in town too.
Yeah, man. I've been telling people, man, I've been in Philly a lot lately. I don't know what it is, but I've been there a lot lately, man.
Yeah, and then LA. Cause you know I'm out here in LA. I haven't been in Philly in like so I went back home in June for a second.
Oh no, you say LA. You're right, you're
Mhm.
right, you're right, you're right. You was in LA. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about Philly for some reason. 'Cause I've been doing like a lot of Philly shit lately. But
True. But you know I'm from that area. I'm from Delaware.
okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Delaware, they get ratchet out there now, bro. They be sleeping on them little parts of towns, man. I did some shows out there, and they got the fight into Digimon. That's all shit. Yeah, fucked up my show.
Did you
How
have
you fight Digimon?
did you've had shows at Del State and UD?
Yeah.
So would you out of the two, because they're completely different, where would you which college would you say has been the most like ratchet when it comes to like the crowd engagement?
No, it was a club. It was like an after party I did, and they got to fight in that Digimon. The colleges was cool though.
Okay.
Yeah, the colleges were cool. I don't think they have that at no college, but yeah.
Them girls don't know how to act when you perform Did You Wrong or Juicy.
I don't know what it is. They just got to fight, and I said, "Oh goddamn, loving hip hop part one, part two,
Not
part
part
three."
two. Speaking of
Mhm.
reality television, would you ever do reality television again since you just mentioned it?
No, that ain't my cup of tea. I mean, I tried it out, and literally for me, I just feel like they, um, it's to make black men look like cheaters, and it's really for women. You know what I'm saying? The women benefit from it more than the man on the show trying to tell his story and really get people to connect. So they always find some little loophole to just throw some bullshit in there, and the next thing you know, you look like the biggest cheater in the world. And I'm cool off of that.
Yeah, and I try to tell people it's like if you're going to do reality television,
singing like well, I come from some talented cats, man. It's some talented people, but I was just that one in school that in my yearbook I got most talented, and I'm most talented. You know what I'm saying? I did what I set out to do, so that's most important. But yeah, man, I had to learn those songs. So then after a while, it was like I'm ready to get in the studio. So now it's like, okay, to record a demo, you need to have your own material. So then then it's like you ain't got a beat. So I got a beat on the table, and then I can play the keys too. So I would play the keys, then I would get to the studio with the actual guy that does that I paid for the studio time for after working for the money, and then I would give him my vision. I'll play the keys, and he would put the drums behind it, and then now I'm producing. Don't even realize I'm producing at a young age, but I'm developing at over time doing this stuff every day. So I've been doing that.
Yeah. And it's even good that you mentioned writing to producing, because a lot of times as writers, we'll come up with the actual concept production wise, but we may not even always put it together. We might be able to play it, but then once we collaborate, it's like we really get that part together.
Yeah, so like songs on the Blue Star album, I produced some of those songs as well with Jim Johnson, but I never got the credit because I didn't know what it was at the time. You know what I'm saying? I just got credit as a writer, but a lot of them songs I produced too, or at least co-produced.
Yeah. What was it like working with Jim? Because right during that time, he had music with y'all. He had Showstopper with Danny DeCane. I mean, he was really having a nice run. It's crazy because even when I think about the production of Lollipop, right? I've heard that was initially supposed to go to the girls, but then I don't know where it happened, where you end up writing to it. But
so what happened was I was on the back burner at it. They didn't know whether they were going to keep me or not at Atlantic.
Okay.
So my boy Damon Eden, who was my A&R, he hooked me up with Jim, and Jim understood what was going on with the situation and all that kind of stuff. And Jim was just like, come over here and record. So you can write songs for other people and you can, work on your solo stuff at the time. So this was a time where Static had flown in to work with me. And we were at Circle House, and then Jim was over at he kind of left us to go to work with Danny King because Puff had Circle House booked out. And he had like Danny King in one room, Day 26 in one room. So they had went over there to work on that. So I guess I got the shit beats. You know what I'm saying? Like them was just simply over some beats. You know what I'm saying? From what they did that day. So me and Static went to the club. We went to Club Mansion that night. I think we was hanging out with Solange too. Solange was around during that time.
Okay.
And we was hanging out with Solange at Mansion, and we had a good night that night. And we went back to the studio like 5 a.m, and we just started freestyling to that beat. And then we wrote a whole song, which was for me, and that I recorded. And then Static would always be like, because this was when If You Were My Girl, you got Boyfriend Number 2, you got all these different songs getting recorded at the same time. And it's like, what you want to do with this? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm feeling that one for me. I don't know. And then we had this thing in Miami called Miami Live. It was at a club called Santos, and everybody would go there, and Big D would have a live band. Well, Big D and his band would play, and if you had talent, you would get up there and you would sing and whatever. So Jamie Foxx grades the stage, Lil Wayne, everybody grades the stage. Like that was just a place where we all went on Wednesdays. And I brought Static there. He jumped on the stage and started singing. And Wayne was like, "Who is that?" Because Wayne wanted to sign me to Young Money at first. When I did Prostitute, he wanted to sign me to Young Money, but I couldn't sign because I was contractually tied up to the Blue Stars thing. So, but they just still kept me around and stuff like that. So I introduced Static to Wayne. And then from there, I believe we were in Atlanta, and I think I recorded Boyfriend Number 2 in Atlanta with Rico, and I had to go do like some shows or something. And Static was like, "Man, I'm gonna go to the studio with Wayne." I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." And then after that, I didn't hear from him for like a couple of weeks. And then one day he hits me and say, "Yo, man, we recorded Lollipop. Man, I did the video. I didn't get to tell you what's going on." And all this had happened. So now I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, why nobody holler at me? I mean, what's up with my percentage at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they came up with a little something to throw at me. And I just took it. I was like, whatever. I ain't arguing nothing. I just took the
Yeah.
percentage that they gave me. And that's how, Lollipop went.
Wow. And Lollipop was such a record back in that time. I don't even think that people really understand like the true nostalgic when it comes to like those early to mid 2000s, like just how shit was really hitting. I mean, like I love the music of today, right, P? But it's something about that time because I was in middle school. So I went from middle school to high school during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were in your 20s. And I was like, nigga, why does this shit hit so damn good?
Yeah, I don't know. It was one of the, we was on fire on it. And during that time, I just did nothing but features. So I did Get You Wet with Plies. I mean, I was supposed to be on Please Excuse My Hands, but the guy that I was signed to was blocking every single thing, and then people didn't want to deal with him, so they would just be like, "Sorry, P, we're gonna give you your credit for it." You know what I'm saying? My backgrounds and stuff is still on the vocals of that, on the backgrounds of that song or whatever. But people don't know. Before the introduction of Marcus Cooper came out, I got a Grammy for Lollipop. You know what I'm saying? So before I even came out with anything from my album, I had a Grammy, but we couldn't really speak on it because we was going through so many contractual things with the guy trying to, do different things at the time. And the little money that they gave me, well, it wasn't little money, but the first check I got from Lollipop kind of helped fund I Did You Wrong. You know what I'm saying? In a sense of getting it, up and running and top 20 before Lenny actually really picked me up and said, okay, you know what? We're gonna rock with him. But it was a lot going on, man.
Man, I could imagine. And then just like as you like really highlight and then just talk about I Did You Wrong. I gotta say thank you for doing that record and staying like so locked in with your craft because when I go to your shows and I see the girls like how they react, it's just like they just get this like sense of like I don't know what it is, bro. It's like it's joy, it's like excitement. It's like I know you see it, the smiles like in each and every city. Did that record?
Yeah, when I wrote that, man, I wrote it in maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, man.
That
And I
song's
don't know,
in
I
that
just started
time.
writing really fast when I wrote it. But to be honest, man, I wanted to be like the hood version of All My Life. You know what I mean? 'Cause I wanted to keep it street. So that's why I sang it that way. Actually, when I sing it, it was a demo. I wasn't even singing it for real. I was just singing it. And everybody like, no, keep it that way, keep it that way. I was like, I can sing it better than that. But it's like, no, keep it the way it is. And I played it for Wayne. He recorded a version of it because he wanted the record.
Oh
And
wow.
I played it for Trina. And then she wanted the record because they were going through the same exact thing with each other at the time. And then Wayne manager Taz was like, man, nah, man, just there is a version of Digirong that Lil Wayne sang the whole song to. And yeah,
I can
I
hear.
guess we just put it out and it went. So
Yeah.
it's the records that people can relate to, and I know my audience. And when I got it with Rico's like, you know, he wondering like, why did I pick this record? I'm like, because I know my audience. He's like, that
Yeah.
man knew his audience. So that's important too.
And knowing your audience still today, do you find that difficult or do you find that easy? Because obviously, as people we get older, women go through different things, highs and lows, and the emotions can definitely be different.
It's easy, but everybody like to make love no matter what you go through. You like sex. So guess what? All we gotta do is just talk about freakier things because the older they get, the freakier they get. You heard me? But and not only they get freakier, but sometimes you can't treat them as if they're 20 anymore, or 21, or you know what I'm saying. You gotta romance them, and you gotta get into that mind and that spirit and all kind of stuff like that. So, that's what the elevation is when it comes to that. But I'm able to talk about a lot more things now. But sometimes I talk it through other artists and things like that. But for the most part, it's not so hard.
Yeah, I think the versatility is definitely up to artists when they want to have that and within their subject matters. But even back then, y'all were already talking that shit so early on that there wasn't even a lot of groups that were so vocal about that. Like y'all really gave y'all personalities when it came to the music, especially with Juicy. I don't know why when I first heard Juicy, I was just like, something about this song is just like ill.
It wasn't. I'm gonna tell you something. You know what it was? Just we kept it real. Like
Yeah,
that's what we do at this age. I don't know what y'all think. Like I don't know what parents was thinking at the time, but this is what your kids really doing at this age. This is what we do because we're not here, doing this and doing that. We going to movies and we going on dates with girls and this is what we doing.
right.
We skipping school. We like this is what we doing at this age, and the girls related to it because that like that people support what they can relate to, and yeah, I think like yeah for sure like that was like key. That was like a key thing too.
Yeah. What would you say some of your favorite songs are from Blue Star when you think about it?
I love Get You Right. um, Get You Right was one of my joints. AJ Number the Number was one of my favorites. Shorty Would You Be Mine was one of my favorites. Can't Live Without You was one of my favorites. The whole album, man, the whole album was a dope album.
So
Um,
classic.
yeah, yeah, I like the whole album.
Yeah, I definitely would say one of my favorites is always going to be Your Body,
Yeah,
especially the feel of that and just that video. Thinking about that video, we're like, how was it shooting that video? Because it looked like y'all had a lot of fun and it was just like great energy that day on the set.
it was a lot of work that day, man, because we were working so hard. Man, we like, you get that one day or 2 days to do a video, it's still work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the one day you get to see your family. They'll come to the video set and things like that. But we worked so hard, we didn't even know how to have fun doing the video. To be honest, like
Really?
it was just all work for us. It's just like make it look like this, but it wasn't really fun to me. I didn't have fun making the video. Like it was, like I said, it was work.
Was there any video that you felt like felt like there was fun within shooting at all?
Yeah, yeah. So once you get the hang of it, I think the most fun I've had shooting a video is when we did. Me and Florida did a song called "Shown."
Ah,
Action. Now that video, we really had fun. Like that was a really, really fun day. Outside of that, all the other videos just feel like it's work. It don't feel like, you know, you want to make sure the director's on point, everybody rushing you to do this, doing that. Stylist over here, makeup over there. It's work.
yeah. And I think a lot of times, fans look at the creative process, sometimes whether there be BTS or they look at the actual video or the shows, right? They don't actually understand that even though in talent might have management or an agent or a publicist, right? It's the responsibility of that artist to make sure that everything is still intact. Even though it's like, I'm giving you the job and duty and responsibility, but I still gotta be like, okay, is this right? Is this good? Okay, cool. Then I can fall
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, you got to oversee whatever your vision is because not a lot of people understand your vision or how you even want to be represented sometimes. So you got to be, in the middle of a lot of stuff. If you are that kind of artist, some artists
Yeah.
are different. Some people just, let people tell them what to do and they like that. Yeah, I'm more so hands on with what I got going, and me and my team we move as a collective.
Yeah. You got a solid team. Shout out to Melinda and shout out to Sydney. I've been knowing Melinda for years. And when I found out that y'all were working together, I was like, yes. And then when Sydney called me to let me know y'all was working again, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, I put my team together. So Melinda handles the bookings. Uh, You got Bull over here. He co-manages with me. You got Sydney over there who does the publicity. You got Shauna. She's the head of digital marketing. Um, and there's so many different moving parts to my team. We got Rick Ross at radio. We got like a good powerhouse team, man. So shouts out to my team for sure.
You just mentioned radio, the aspect still of radio. I think sometimes it gets missed or looked over, right? Especially as, you've gone from being signed to a major label to now being independent, but you've always had that hustle mentality. So you've always been an independent artist, truly, P. Having the aspect of still working radio, how important is that for any artist that is familiar with the major system and just being really out there?
I mean, for me, it's important because, those are the people that made us. So how could you turn your back on somebody that help make you who you are? You know what I mean? So that's why every time I'm going, still trusting the people that I'm gonna trust them will work for me. You know what I mean? Like all you new cats can do what y'all do, but I'm gonna do it. The process and mess with the people that built me up. So shouts out to all the PDs and all of the people that's at radio. I still believe in y'all, and I still got love for y'all, and we coming right back with this new record called Galaxy. So we'll be on y'all neck in the next week or two, and I'll be visiting right after this tour, city by city by city by city, and we still gonna do the internet thing, but radio is very important.
It's very important, and congratulations being on the Champagne and Roses tour,
Thank you.
Mario, Neo, and it's so great that you actually got that call to just do the tour after having unfortunate news with your house and everything like that. Like God is always working, especially
crazy,
doing
right?
that work.
Always.
So how was that call for you? Like just getting that during that time.
It was unexpected. I swear to God, like I literally just got in the car to charge my phone. It was dead. Just going through like this is after, they put out the fire because once they come to work, they want you to just sit to the side. So I'm barefoot, sitting to the side. Everybody wondering how the hell is his feet on the ground because it's so damn hot out here. You want to stand up here in the shade. I'm barefoot standing there, and they finally let me go to my car. So I went to my car and charged my phone, and bam, I got a text message saying, call right now. It's very important, very call. And, okay, yeah, my house burning down right now, but yeah, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes those calls come in clutch, especially when you do something like you never know what's going to happen on the other end.
You never know. You never know. That's why I say faith. You know what I'm saying? God, boy, that God will do it, boy, every time.
And let's talk about the aspect of keeping faith and really working your blessings. Because I feel like there's a lot of times where people, we're all human, especially in the Black community, right? We go through depression, we deal with mental health, we deal with all types of things, right? And we can easily just get distracted with what is going on. Being able to work your talents and stay locked in with God, just the importance of that and just that force of keeping going.
For me, it's just like, I'm more like a solution kind of guy, So when problems happen, the flight get delayed, let's figure it out. We go to this bar right here. We're gonna make the best of the time we're here, and we're gonna figure it out. Like I'm not the kind of person that's gonna let anything defeat me. So, I just was raised that way, and that's what a faith kick in. You know what I mean? Because if God got you, it's gonna be all right. So it's just about finding a solution to fix the temporary problem. Maybe this happened for a reason. You just never know. So that's how I kind of look at stuff. Not trying to sound like no preacher or nothing,
But it's the truth. I try to tell people you have to have a positive perspective even on the negative, because we even with that thing. But see, here goes the thing, right, P? Is it really negative if you look at it in a different perspective, or is it positive that can get you to a bigger, greater perspective?
Right.
Not
some people say, you know what? I can't go on a tour. My house is burning down. I don't have clothes. I'm like, listen, we get new ones. That's just materialistic shit. Let's go out here and touch. We ain't come this far not to touch these people and give them this new single and all that. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever comes, that's it is what it is. That's the mindset you gotta have for this business. And then, most people, they become their past. So don't ever become a prisoner to your past. Like if you can forgive and just kind of become, well, I want to say forgive or be at peace with your past, then guess what? You're a dangerous motherfucker because can't nobody stop you or do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to knowing who you are today. And that's how I feel. It's like, I'm not a prisoner to anything in my past. I don't regret anything in my past. You know what I mean? But, just traumatic stuff like not having a father or, just certain things that you kind of used to deal with. It's just like, you know what? I forgave my father. I heard his story, understood where and why, because we all human. Everybody deal with life how they deal with life. I forgave my mother for some things. I forgave a lot of people for some things. And you know what? It's just, moving forward now. And as I started doing that, that's like a big weight a big weight just jumped off of my shoulder. And then now I'm just happy. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have nothing to be upset about because, when you hold on to things, those things can fuck with you in different kind of ways, and you wouldn't even think that it's affecting you in this kind of way, or when you think about this, or when you're trying to love a new relationship, or you know, do this in a friendship, you wouldn't even think that those things affect you. But when you free yourself of them, you can become a better. It makes you a better person.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that as well, man. So if you have anything in your past, man, that's blocking you or stopping you, man, let it go. Make your peace with it and move forward in life, and you'll be all right.
I literally have been telling people this for like the last couple of days consistently. I'm like, I'm not looking backwards.
No.
I'm only going forward. Whatever might have been a fuck up of yesterday, guess what? It's only going to better me so that I can make better decisions. And guess what? It might not have been a fuck up. It might, how you perceive it, it's not a fuck up. I
Yeah,
did it. It's done. It's no regrets. I got to move forward.
that's it. That's it. Got to, man. Every relation, I'm talking anybody you used to deal with, just my dad always tell me, as long as you keep the air clean around you, you'll be fine. So that
Yeah.
means do the right thing, do right by people, do right in the city. Even if they do wrong, guess what? They gotta live with that. You don't have to live with that because you did right, and you kept the air clean around you.
Keep the air clean around you. That's some good piece of advice. So everybody keep the air clear and clean around you.
People can feel that energy when you walk in the room. You just clean. They can feel it. They go, we got good energy, and you can feel when somebody got that dark shit. You can feel it when they walk in the room, and
Oh
you
yeah.
like, I don't know about this, but like you can feel it. So that's what I mean by that. You know what I mean? You want to keep that energy and that air clean. You want to get in that sun. You want to recharge. You want to drink water. You want to take care of yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's a part of the spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Just keeping the air clean around you, doing right by people, stuff like that.
Amen to that. Speaking of air, we got to take it back to Galaxy. So I know you always working on music. So how did we get to this new single Galaxy? And how often are you working on music and being in the studio? Because I know
I've been in the
for sure
studio
you
for the
don't play
last.
with that studio.
I've been in the studio for the last 10 years, just working on music, working on music, working on music, and then you get some kind of situations that you're tired to people, and it's like, I don't think I want to do this sound anymore. Let me work on this. Let me work on that. Like, I got a reggae album. I got all kind of albums just in the vault that just a part of like how I want to drop in and when I want to do it. It's just a strategic thing once it's done. And once it's timeless, it's timeless. So it don't matter when I drop it. So, it's just like, oh, take this back out, add this, add that. Okay, boom, it's done. But Galaxy was I just listened to what was out right now, and I just say, let's start here. Let's start right here. Let's start with the falsetto. Let's start with something that's smooth. Let's start with something that has a good concept. So you can play that around your kids. It ain't too raunchy. It ain't too much like the old P. But it's just giving them some grown and sexiness. And Galaxy music that's what it's about. Something that's just like a vibe. You can put on your cologne. Ladies want to put on their perfume. You want to put your smell good on when you playing this kind of music. You want to light your candles. You want to dress up nice. You want to have your nice glass of wine. Just some. If you smoke a little weed, you might want to have your little. Just yeah. It's just one of them kind of vibey kind of records. So I came with this one first though, just because it ain't nothing like that in the marketplace, and it's just time to start giving them real music again, because everything sounds the same if you ask me. Um, and people just saying, I don't know, they just ain't getting it right, man. They just ain't getting it right. So I'm gonna start where I start at, and we're gonna see how it ends, because I'm gonna keep dropping consistently. So we're gonna see where the end lies. And hopefully by the next year, we had the next interview. You say, damn, you dropped this one and this one and this one, this one. And I like, hopefully we
Oh
get
yeah.
that reaction.
The next time we talk, we sit down in person. We got to.
Yep, sure, for sure.
But I gotta tell you, Pete, like I'm so excited to just hear like where you've been, just spiritually and where you've just been mentally, just overall, and then especially with the music, because a lot of times when we think about even the aspect of when we get back to, because you going by Marcus as well too, you know what I'm saying? So now you really taking it back to your roots and everything. I think that's the most important thing when it comes to, I wouldn't even call it a reintroduction because you've always been here. And I want to make that very clear. You have always been here throughout the years, whether people want to pay attention.
But I've been here low key. You know that I've been
True.
in the room, but I've been here low key. I'm gonna stay that way for a little bit longer, but I'm gonna pop out in a minute. Just in a minute, I'm gonna really pop out. But right now, I'm just.
Here go the thing though, P. You've been fucking these shows up though. So if they really been paying attention, and this on everything, right? You been
No. I'm saying when I say to pop up, like like award shows and the different I don't be popping out like Sydney tell me I gotta pop out now. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for us to start popping out on them. You know what I'm saying? Popping out the right way too. So
right. And what made you kind of step back from being out there so much, like with different events and all that stuff?
I be in the studio. I don't really have time for that. I live in the studio and it'd be like, you want to do this? I'm like, no, I'm working on this for this person. I'm doing it's kind of hard to walk away from what I'm doing because it's just that's what I live for. So it's like when you're away from it for one day, it's like I gotta get back to it. I don't want to do nothing else but that. You know what I'm saying? So now I got I'm ahead of the game when it comes to how much music I got recorded in my vault, and my plan is pretty much together now. Now it's time to pop out on them again, start giving them this product, and that's it.
Especially with verses, that was a major pop out. Can we?
Yeah.
I got to talk about that because you talked your shit, and I was just like, "Go ahead, P. Just let them know where the fuck it's at and where it's been."
Yeah, they know the vibes. They know they got more hits than me, man. They know that though now. The verses let them the verses kind of let people see it, but we ain't done yet. You know what I'm saying? We still dropping singles on them. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm just getting started because I had so many setbacks that wasn't even my fault. But the other guys, they didn't have that kind of setback that I had, and they were able to still drop music and do this, do that. I had to figure it out and build my own house again, brick by brick by brick by brick. So that shit takes time. And you know what? Hey man, when we ran out of wood, we had to work on doorknobs. When we ran out of that shit, we found something else to fix. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, all right, it's my turn now. So, and that's just how I look at it. And when you hear the music, you're gonna see for yourself and say, oh man, hopefully you love Galaxy. But we're just getting started. That ain't even like the tip of the iceberg. We just getting started.
Man, listen, I believe it. Because one thing for sure, you a damn fool when it comes to this music.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And you know what had me cracking up when y'all dropped Money Everywhere and it said Marcus Cooper touring?
Yeah. That was a mistake by the company. I didn't do that. That's my touring company. But that go to show you that I'm hands-on with everything. Yeah. And somebody made that mistake, but it was a thing in the group like, P holding on to the music. We put out the record. I said, all right, cool. Yo, press the button, put the record out. Right. Then it's, you put the record out. You say Marcus Cooper, bro, we can fix that. It's not a problem. Like, what I'm saying? Just be happy that the fucking record is out. You know what I'm saying? And start promoting it. All of us are for partners, so no money can move or nothing like that. So I don't really understand like what the big hurrah is, but yeah, that's what they tend to do over there on that side too, man. You know what I'm saying? And then
she had me hollering. I was like, y'all, it's just a mistake.
Just sorry, P. But it's like, well, damn, if we hadn't did that, then we'd still be talking about putting the damn record out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be perfect every time, but sometimes in anything in life, you gotta make adjustments. Some people make mistakes. Sometimes you might put a record up for streaming and it don't come out at 12 o'clock. It might, and you told everybody it's coming out at 12. Like, You got to roll with the punches, man. You might be on stage performing and the sound might go out. Like, you might be at the airport and your flight might be delayed. Like, shit happens.
It happens. And that's why I even try to even tell everybody, especially when it comes to independent artists that are trying to get their feet wet, be prepared for the unexpected to happen. It just, I mean, honestly, in life as a whole, we saw that the sound went out on Beyonce during her tour. So it's like,
it's never gonna be perfect. It's never been perfect for me. It's always been it's gonna be something, but you gotta adjust to it, and it's always something.
Yeah.
Whether it's you going through it or somebody else around you going through it, and it affect you because you love people around you, and how can you help? You know what I mean? It's always gonna be something.
Right. And how's it been being in the studio with the guys and just that music? Because I know y'all been working on the music for a minute now. Y'all damn near got like an album, really, but I know the EP is gonna be something that comes first soon.
It's a movie when we in the studio together, but it's just like it's a different process because like we got a lot of people around, and it's like, okay, one person to come in and do their part, all right, next person out, next person come in and do their part, next person out. Okay, Ray might do his part 8 in the morning, so I'm up with him at 8 in the morning, you know what I mean, while the other two gone. And then after that, then me and Max, we sit and we put everything together, and then it's like, okay, what's next? You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to just keep up. Me, I stay up around the clock, so I'm a little more emotional about when things don't go the right way when it comes to the group.
Yeah.
But I kind of lay back too, but I be feeling some kind of way when I feel like we could be here, but we're not here because of this and that and that and that and that. Because this is in the way and that way. I be feeling some kind of way. So I make my opinion vocal though too.
Right. No, and listen, they respect it and I respect it, and the fans respect it as well too. Because I feel like when you've been in this business as long as you have, right? If you don't speak up and you don't let people know what it is, shit gets brushed under the rug. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's only to help and better a situation, a partnership, a collaboration.
Yeah, we talking about business and people's time and stuff like that. We got to be honest about what's going on and what's needed, and if we're gonna get it off the ground. If not, we're gonna just stay at, what Denzel say. He said a quote like, "Don't make it look like you're moving." Well, you could be running in place and you could be running, but you're moving, but you're not moving. You want just make sure you got some real movement going on. So that's what I kind of try to bring to the table, or at least voice my opinion about movement.
Movement is important. And speaking of movement, we were talking about foundation, but you're a father as well.
Yeah. I've been a father all this time, but people don't be knowing. I'm like, yo, y'all don't know what I've been through, man. That's part of the reason why I said, yo, I need my money, man. I ain't finna sit in this house and let you just talk to me like a kid, and I got a kid of my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20 years old. Like, nah, man, I'm from the streets. Like, yo, I want to separate my money. That man looked at me in my eye and he said, you ain't got no money. So I said, okay, well, shit, let me do a solo deal like Young Jeezy did so I can get some money. Solo deal, don't you even think about that. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just trying to get some money. He was like, yo, don't even think about that. I own you. What you mean you owe me? I signed a contract to be in the group. Yeah, nigga, well, and that's when all hell started breaking loose. And I started finding out little bit by little bit. This, okay, did that and that and that. And then it was all hell she wrote after that.
Man. Yeah, you went definitely through a lot.
But I feel like it was a learning experience for all of us, even him, because he not a bad person. You know what I'm saying? He not a bad person. He did a lot for us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think like I'm just shitting on this man and nothing like that. But facts is facts. But when money get involved and women and all, people lose their sense of mind. And I think mental health is really important for artists, man, because some people don't know how to handle this fame. And I just watched my whole group go through just different portions of it, and everybody like deals with it in a different kind of way, but don't realize it. You know what I'm saying? And it's some people choose to do it their way, and then it's just I don't want to really speak on it too much, but yeah, I think that's very important as well, man. So I don't, I look at time and I feel like time heals things, and you'd be like, well, hopefully people see the wrong they did back then and can say, I was fucked up then, but let me, even Diddy giving back publishing now. You know what I'm saying? That was then. You know what I'm saying? But look where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? And some people might look at it like, oh, he's giving us leftovers, and some people can look at it like a blessing. It just depends on where your mindset at, but either way, you can't knock somebody for trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? Even if they was wrong, you know, people deserve a second chance at some point. And so
At some
I
point.
just look at it like that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of times where people don't give people second chances. They always look at this one fuck up and they be like, oh, this is them, this is them. It's like, but wait a minute. Well, what about everything else before shit was fucked up? Or there was a moment in time,
Yeah. 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 So it's definitely one of those kind of things, man, where people look at people like that, man. It's kind of crazy, but I do think people deserve a second chance, and people grow, people change. Some people don't, but even if you gave them a second chance and they don't change, then that's between them. You know what I'm saying? But they say the first time on me, second time shame on you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to do it. But you don't want to be the one living like, man, we could have did this and we could have did and you ain't give it a shot. You ain't give a person time to develop and grow and even say, well, what are your rights and wrongs was that and all of that.
Right. Because honestly, you know what it is, Pete? I try to tell people that all the time. You never know what people are going through. So just ask those questions. I think the biggest issue is, and I feel like I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it again, people aren't transparent enough.
No, they're not. They're not. If he would have been more transparent, instead of talking to people like a child or maybe it would have been, a different outcome. But hey, I'm believing everything happens for a reason. So, it is what it is. If you look around you, everybody around you left because of your ways, then it gotta be you. It ain't everybody else, man. It's definitely you. So you gotta work on that. Right. Ain't nothing wrong on that. If people really love you, they'll watch you work on it and still be there for you, man. So that's just my advice to anybody listening to this interview.
Absolutely. Well, Pete, listen, such a great time catching up with you. I mean, finally chatting with you and just being able to just talk about it all, man. I'm so excited for the new music, the tour. They got to check you out, Champagne and Roses tour. They got to get their tickets. I'm definitely going to catch a show. I don't know which city because y'all not hitting LA. I don't know.
We're going on the outskirts, but we're going on the outskirts because we plan on coming back at some point. So this is the first little leg that we, figuring out, and who knows what's next. So make sure y'all get y'all tickets to the Champagne and Roses tour, and make sure y'all go support the song Galaxy. The video is out right now. Go stream it everywhere. Run it up for your boy, and just get ready for the next one.
That's right. And Pete, we like to end all our conversations with our friends asking this amazing question. So not only just as an artist, but as a father and a friend and a brother, what exemplifies you?
Say that one more time.
So maybe what exemplifies you?
Man, that's a tough question to ask, man. It's a lot. It's a lot that exemplify me, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get back with y'all in the next interview on that one, man. I gotta go do sound check right now.
I feel that. Well, Pete, let everybody know where they can follow you as far as socials are concerned, and they can stay up.
I'm still thinking about that. It's gonna take a minute, but I'm at Pleasure P on all platforms. Make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all get the record Galaxy, and make sure y'all get the, y'all tickets to the Champagne and Roses tour, man.